Well, good morning. It's Thursday, May 9th. I am in Clermont. Stayed at the Holiday Inn Express last night. Very nice. Got a good night's sleep. Today I'm going to be riding from Clermont to Brooksville, and I'm going to follow along Highway 50. I've opted not to take the Green Swamp or some extra cycling to avoid most of 50, mainly because of the amount of miles. To avoid most of Route 50, I'm looking at 68 miles, and to just go down Route 50, it's 58 miles. I mean, the whole thing isn't on Route 50, but the portion on Route 50. They call this the Route 50 gap. In other words, there's no trail between along Highway 50, which is not 100% true. They are working on a trail. It's not complete yet, but about 23 miles into today, I'll be able to pick up the new trail. So I'm going to ride through Clermont first and head north to catch back up to the South Lake Trail, which I left yesterday. I'm not going back the same way. I'll pick up the trail near Lake Minneola, and I'll take it around till we hit Route 50. From there, it's probably about, I'm going to say, 2 miles without a shoulder. I know it's busy, but I'll be okay. After that, there's a small shoulder from about 11 miles of today into about 23. So only looking about 11 miles with a shoulder heading down Highway 50. And at that point, at 23 miles in today, I'll be able to pick up the new bike trail on the south side of the road. So we'll be good. It's just going to be a long day in the saddle. It's almost 60 miles. There's a couple places I could stop on Highway 50, like a Circle K or a Sunoco, which I could take a break and maybe find something to eat if I need to. So beyond that, I'm going to go ahead and show you my bike again today. It's all set up to go. I've got flashing lights on all over the place. Got 2 rear flashing lights, and my Garmin radar lets me know when there's people coming up behind me. And I even have a little flasher on my back of my helmet, so if people can't see all these flashing lights and a fat man in spandex, I don't know, no hope for them, I guess. So anyways, that's it. We're going to take off. I've got some hills to deal with right away getting through town. If I have to walk, I'll walk like I did yesterday, but by the end of the day, it should get better. And I know tomorrow and Friday, it's pretty well flat on the trail, so looking forward to those 2 days. Till then, I'll see you down the road. I started out this morning here. Quick little hill to get over. I always say a prayer to the Lord for safety, to surround me with His angels for protection, to be my front guard and rear guard. I also always ask for mercy for my bicycle, there be no issues with it, and for my own protection, my own energy. We're about to cross Route 50 here in a minute, so be back later. The ride through Clermont's been pretty good. No major hills like getting into Clermont. I've been going through the residential areas, so traffic has been pretty light. And I'm going to catch up here to Lake Minneola shortly and back to the South Lake Trail. Be back when I get there. We are coming to Lake Minneola. I'm going to pick up South Lake Trail again. I guess right here. wants me to go, so I will. Okay, I should be back on the South Lake Trail. See if we get some views of the lake up ahead. Like mini. Quite a few people out walking this morning. Beautiful morning. Got families and dogs and all the like. I see a photo op. I'm going to take it. Hold on. Well, just like Titusville, my photo op opportunity has been blocked off. Seem like I have a hard time getting to take pictures by the water these days. Later. Still along the edge of Lake Minneola. Beautiful morning. Almost no wind at this point unless it's behind me. There's a tailwind. I had thought about just shooting down 50 right from the motel and staying on 50 and bypassing this, but I'm glad I did, and this is beautiful. Morning. Certainly got to be a lot better than looking at Highway 50 for, I think, about 16 miles before I get to the trail. on the new trail they completed on the south side. Pretty. Still on the South Lake Trail in Clermont. Pretty. Well, we're coming up on the end of the South Lake Trail here. Shortly we're going to be dumped onto Silver Eagle Road. And when we do, that's the beginning of the Route 50 gap. Bunch of kids waiting for the school bus. Morning. Guess too busy to say hello. Okay, end of trail in a crossing. Isn't that nice? Let's just go out there. We are now officially on the road. Later. Okay, we're turning off of Eagles Crossing onto CR 565. This should take us around in about a third of a mile to Highway 50. Although there have been rolling hills this morning, either I'm fresher from having the night off, and my legs are somewhat rested, or they're easier than they were yesterday. It didn't help yesterday being at the end of the day to have all those climbs. But I also wonder if I stayed on South Lake Trail, if these would have softened up a lot quicker than the path that I took. I don't know. We are in Groveland, by the way. And we're about to hit Highway 50. I've got some pre-planned stops up ahead. Now, it's going to be noisy. I believe what I'm going to do is, after a pre-planned stop at McDonald's in a couple miles, is to put my headphones on, my earphones. It'll soften a lot of the sound. And I know this bike lane ends in a little bit, so. One good thing though, I've got all my lights on obviously, and they flash. The other aspect is I've got an orange top on, an orange shirt, and this being the morning, as the sun is rising, the sun is behind me. So as the drivers come up to me, they're not being blinded by the sun. They should be able to see me pretty easily. Doesn't mean they will, but they should be able to. The sun's not going to blind them from seeing anything. And I know if you've driven in the mornings into the sun, you know how bad it could be. Well, I've blabbed enough for a little bit. I'll be back. I haven't been paying attention much, but there is a sidewalk off to the right. It probably comes and goes. So just FYI, you got to ride through here one way or another, whether you go the Green Swamp route or some of the roads that Ed Burkott has mapped out. Those would be great. As I mentioned, I would like to do the Green Swamp, but not today. After yesterday, I don't think I feel like pushing my bike through about 2 miles of sand. So anyways, this is what I've chosen, and this is what I'm documenting, Highway 50. So here we go. Later. The bike lane ends at Crittenden. I'm gonna try and stay on the road, stay over to the right the best I can. There is a sidewalk. Not that big. There's utility poles in the middle of the sidewalk, so anyways. The road splits north and east and west here. And it's pretty wide, so we should be okay. Well, I'm at the McDonald's here. I'm gonna take a few minutes to rest. Maybe even eat a little bit. Keep my strength up. Park my bike here so I can see it through the window. And I'll be back shortly. Got about a mile to go till a small shoulder. There's a sidewalk that just began on the right. There's a sidewalk on the left-hand side too. So you feel more comfortable. There are sidewalks. Well, I've got a shoulder back, so I'm good. I believe I will have a shoulder. It might not be very big, all the way till we get to the new bike lanes. That's probably in about 11 miles, 11 or 12 miles. So far it's been a good day. Later. Welcome to Sumter County. So far it's been pretty simple. At least for me. There's been some rolling hills. Say the worst I've hit so far is 4%. Most of them are 2 to 3. So that's good. Later. Now these are the things you want to avoid. Tires. There's no one behind me, so I can go around it for a little bit. There's steel belts in those shards that'll cut right through your tire. I rode all the way across the country from San Diego, Pacific Ocean, all the way to St. Augustine on the Atlantic Ocean. They call that the Southern Tier. Anyways, I spent a great deal of my time trying to avoid especially the tire shards. And I didn't have a flat tire the entire 3 months I was out there. So, of course I had pretty good tires. I like to use Schwalbe Marathon Pluses. I currently have some Continentals on here. They've done pretty good too. Got a pretty good sized shoulder here. So I'm good. I'll be back. Have a temporary bike lane. Hello, I'm 12 miles into the Highway 50 ride, and I got a pretty good shoulder here. And the further I got away from Clermont or Groveland, less and less traffic. So right now I'm glad I'm taking this route. Someone passing the... Anyways. Later. Terrytown. Going to take a break here at Sunoco. Okay, I'm going to leave Sunoco here. I've got about, looks like, according to my mapping, 1.2 miles before the new bike trail begins. So we'll see. We can jump back out in 50. In about 1.2 miles, we should see the bike trail. Later. The Sunoco was at intersection of 471. Go. Well, my big bike lane, my big shoulder's gone. At least we have something. Stay out of the lane. That's getting better. It appears that across the road there is the bike trail beginning at CR 751. So I need to get over there, and I think I've got a chance to be able to do it right now. And here we go. On the bike trail, Highway 50. So I'd say a total of 16 miles or so on the highway, of which 2 miles there was no shoulder. And that was in the town of Groveland, where it was 4 lanes and the highway was separated east from west, so that was not a big deal. So here we are on the bike trail 50. We've made it through Highway 50, and now we just can pretty much ride the trail most of the day, except when we get to Brooksville. We'll be downtown. Not sure what the yellow horses up ahead is. I'm going to go ahead and stop and turn my lights off, save the battery for later on. Batteries, I should say. See you down the trail. Just a pond along Highway 50. This is the third set of barricades I've gone around. some kind of construction going on up ahead on 50, like an overpass of some type. I know they've got this bike trail blocked off, but I keep using it anyways. Okay. Later. Okay, we're coming up to the end of Highway 50's trail. Ahead of us, if you take a look, there's an overpass. That's a bike overpass. That is the Withlacoochee Trail. And we're going to go up on top of it. And that'll be the end of Highway 50. So if I give it total amount, I'd say is 16 miles on the road. Then you hit the new bike trail, and about 10 more miles on the bike trail. So truthfully, if you're on a bike trail, the Route 50 gap is only about 16 to 17 miles. And honestly, I had no problem riding Route 50. So I watched Ed Cycles. He says if you take a left here, you could go up and get on top of the bridge. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Sidewalk. Okay. Okay, here we go. And so we are now on the Withlacoochee Trail. And we'll be on here for 5 miles. It goes north. It's where we pick up the Good Neighbor Trail. We're about 15 miles yet from entering Brooksville. So it's a ways to go yet. Probably about 2 hours for me, the way things are going. Yeah, I'm breathing heavy because I'm going up. And here we go. Okay, this would be pretty rural. I should say rural. I mean, it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to like that because I won't be dealing with any traffic, little to no crossings, just riding. Hopefully I'll have some shade. Little trailhead right here, some parking. Restrooms, water, filling station. Nice. I'll see you down the trail. This is a view down the Withlacoochee Trail. Seems to be trees on both sides. That's giving some shade. I'd really appreciate the shade wherever I can get it. Okay, we're coming up on the Good Neighbor Trail. We've been on the Withlacoochee for about 5 miles. There's a sign for it. Okay. We'll be on here for 10 miles. This will take us to the edge of Brooksville. Still on the Good Neighbor Trail. We've had some rolling hills through here, so nothing of anything dramatic. I just had a 3%er, so it's not flat, though it's not hard either. But when you got almost 50 miles in for the day, it can be a little tiring. We're still a few miles from the Good Neighbor trailhead. We're going to stop there for a few minutes. Later. Okay, we're coming into the west side of Brooksville, which is also the Good Neighbor trailhead. I'm going to stop and take a rest, well-needed rest here. I'm going to check the weather. It's getting awful cloudy out. I was hoping the rains would hold off till I finish. I still have 8 or 9 miles to go. So I'm going to just check everything out. Let's get some water. Star State, gonna have to take you on in. Well, leaving the trailhead, the Good Neighbor Trail ends there. Now you're pretty much on your own through the city. I jumped onto Russell Street here. I'm going to turn on the main street up ahead. Go north. Hello. Well, there is a bike route sign. I guess a person can go left. I'm not sure what bike route that is, but I'm heading a different direction tonight. I'm not sure where that goes, so I'll have to check it out and let you know. Okay. Be back in a minute. Why is every town got to be a climb? I'll never know. Okay. I turned west on Liberty. It wants me to turn north on Bailey up ahead here. Well, even though Broad's a one-way street, I'm going to go the wrong direction and take the sidewalk here. A block or two down is the ice cream parlor. I need to get me some ice cream. Well, how you doing? There it is. The ice cream bar. Well, I gotta just cross the street somehow. I'll be back. Good evening, this is Larry. Thought I'd give a quick summary of today's. Today was a good day, long day, tiring day. The Route 50 gap, for me, it was no issue, hardly at all. There's about 16 miles of total on the highway itself. And then after that, you can pick up the trail, which they built on the western side, and you can go the rest of the way on the trails. I had a shoulder the entire way except for 2 miles. That was back in Clermont, and it was 4-lane there, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. I've ridden on a lot worse when I was crossing the country through Texas. I mean, there were places where the shoulder just ended, and it was, the speed was 85 miles an hour, so it's kind of crazy. But this didn't bother me very much at all. That doesn't mean everybody should do it. It's up to you. I mean, if you're comfortable, if you've been in traffic a lot, maybe you want to do it. Otherwise, if you're not, then take one of the different ways. I love to go through the green swamp sometime. This wasn't the trip. I couldn't extend any more than I could. Today was a 60-mile day, and that was more than enough. My legs are killing me, so I could not have gone any further than I did. But by going the green swamp or going through the country. So anyways, tomorrow is going to be good. Oh, one thing I did notice that I wish there was a way of being able to know where to maneuver through Brooksville when the Good Neighbor Trail ends on the western edge of Brooksville. You're kind of on your own to find the Suncoast Trail, so I wish there was a better way. But anyways, tomorrow it's a lot shorter. I'm only going 37 miles. I'm going from Brooksville to Trinity, so I can take my time tomorrow, get a chance to ride the Suncoast Trail, the Starkey Park Bike Trail, and the Starkey Boulevard Trail. So that's tomorrow, and other than that, it's been a good day. Thanks.